Hi, everybody. Welcome to your Luck Factor. Tonight, we're going to talk about the new moon in Aquarius. I hope everybody's doing well. Hello, Kasmar. Good evening to you. I hope everything's going well. Thanks for joining tonight. Well, we have a lot to talk about. So welcome to your Aquarius New Moon Tarotscopes for your new moon in Aquarius on January 29th, 2025. I'm Joshua the Psychic. You can check out my website, psychicsun.com, if there's anything I can do for you. That is linked in the description below. So I'm really excited to talk to you about this new moon because it's so favorable. I mean, I can only find one awkward aspect. There is a square between Chiron and Mars, but you know what? There's so many positive aspects that I'm not even going to worry about that, and neither should you. So let's talk about this beautiful new moon and how you can make it work for you, because we don't get new moons this beautiful. I mean, the last several lunations have really been a little bit rough. So this is quite the gift. Quite the gift. Hey, Pam, nice to see you. So let's talk about your aspects. Well, first, let's talk about what the new moon is if you're not familiar. Number one, this new moon is on Wednesday, January 29th, 2025. And all new moons are about initiation, attracting, manifesting. It's a period to plant and nurture the seeds of desire set forth for the cycle ahead. So think about what you want to do and what you want, who you want to be, and what you want to accomplish over the next 6 months. So fast forward, right, to July, August time, because that's when you're going to see the fulfillment of the desires that you set forth this new moon. Now, you'll probably see some evidence of your manifestations by the full moon in Leo, which will be February 12th, 2025, right? But the the fulfillment of them all should ideally come in July, August during Leo time. So think about what you want to accomplish in 2025, because this lunation is so nice that you really want to make the most of it. I would get a candle for this if you're so inclined, or at least create a vision board so you're focusing on what you want. How's it going to affect you? Well, determine where 9 degrees of Aquarius falls in your chart. You can run your chart online with the many free sites online to get your astrology chart, or you can consult an astrologer like myself, and we'll tell you where that 9 degrees of Aquarius falls in your chart. And we're gonna look at the where it's gonna come for your, generally for your sign and rising sign in this video. But your chart is probably not even. Your houses are probably not even. So even if you're looking at, say Taurus rising, it might not be in that particular house. So you might want to see where 9 degrees of Aquarius is, but still we're going to pinpoint it. And this video should help you out with that. So we got 3 aspects that we're going to talk about. One is the sun and the moon, always in the same sign under a new moon. It's going to trine Jupiter retrograde in Gemini. So a trine is a really harmonious aspect. And because it's trining Jupiter retrograde in Gemini, past efforts might bring rewards now, or you may be in good stead to determine how to get your rewards. So you might come up with a plan. You might determine what you can now do, how you can move forward, even if it was just an idea. Like, say you had a really, really cool idea, you might be able to move forward with that idea this new moon because of the harmonious configuration. Now, what's really cool is Jupiter is actually going to be going direct. Haley, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining, Haley. So Jupiter is actually going direct February 4th, which is right before the full moon in Leo in February, on February 12th. So we're going to have Jupiter, planet of luck, direct before the next full moon, which means that you can make some major strides this lunation. It's just, there's so many great things about it. So aspect 2, you got Mercury and Pluto conjunct in Aquarius. So communications now can be highly transformative. The collective is actively transforming their thinking, and so are we. We're all having to think in different ways, right? We're having to innovate. We're having to think outside of the box. And that really is important, just because we're going to have to really tap into our innovation and our critical thinking in a lot of ways and do things differently. And then you have this dreamy aspect among Neptune, Venus, and North Node, all conjunct in Pisces. So the collective destiny is really aligned with Neptune and Venus. So it's really about love and romance and creativity. It's really great for those things, but you have to be aware of disillusionment because they say nothing is real to a Pisces. So although Pisces energy and Neptune and Venus conjunct especially, we have to keep our feet on the ground, right? Meaning it's really good for feeling really idealistic and as if everything is just beautiful and perfect, and it very well could be, but you still have to look very, very closely. Look closely at things before making momentous decisions, because with that aspect, especially all three of those points in Pisces, we could get disillusioned. We might not be able to see things realistically. So keep your feet firmly planted on the ground. If you can enjoy your creativity and your imagination, if you can enjoy really great romance, this will be a transit you will not forget. And really, because of all of these beautiful aspects, you've got to expect there to be some kind of synchronicity. There's going to be a lot of serendipitous moments. You may have already noticed them this month. I have, and so have some of my clients. So definitely trust your timing and allow a little bit of magic, a little bit of that God energy to come into your life and make things right. Because that three-way conjunction is really, really, really nice. So I would dream it. I would really get a vision of what your ideal scenario is and really internalize that vision. And then when you go about your life and you express yourself, you're going to be externalizing that vision and putting it into reality. So it's an inner job that we're all working on here, especially with Jupiter retrograde. So you want to think about how you're going to expand, how you're going to grow, how you're going to accomplish your goals. And when the moment is right, you'll be able to fire your shot. So we're going to talk about every single sign, but just wanted to give you a look at this beautiful new moon chart. So look over here. You got Pluto and Mercury together in Aquarius, only separated by 1 degree. So our communications are going to be very intense. The sun and the moon are in the sign of Aquarius, of course, at 9 degrees. So we're finalizing a cycle. We're completing a cycle, even though it's a new moon for new things. And then, like I said, you got this three-way conjunction here. And, of course, that sun and moon at 9 degrees is making a beautiful trine with Jupiter in Gemini, which, again, is going to go direct February 4th. So stay tuned for that. So let's go through all the signs and see how you can make the most of this lunation. So Aries, this new moon is hitting your 11th house. So it's all about your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, your ideals. What are those pie in the sky dreams that you have, right? What if you asked yourself, well, why not? Because the theory is that if you have a desire, that comes with it the built-in prerequisite ability for you to achieve it. So what's going to help you, Aries, achieve your dreams are friends, people that you are friendly with, even acquaintances, your network, and ideally groups. Groups are really going to help you. I would look at connecting with groups that are aligned with your vision, because there's a power of the collective, especially with Pluto now in Aquarius. So if you get around the right people that share your ideal or that can help you implement your vision, you're home free. Now, you have some luck going on in your 3rd house with Jupiter. So a fresh mindset and engaging social activities are going to help you manifest your goals. This really is all about a new air cycle. Maybe you can start doing new things socially. Maybe you'll visit different social platforms on the internet. Maybe you'll go to a different coffee house. Maybe you'll go to a class, right? But you want to refresh your brain. And the card that we pulled for you, Aries, is Ace of Swords, which is perfect. So the Ace of Swords is a solution to a problem, and it's about new things, right? So this is an aha moment. And really, I think with the hyper intellectual energy of Aquarius, Aries, you're going to be able to really look at your life and say, okay, well, if I want this, this is the logical next step. The Ace of Swords is crowned with victory. So utilize your logic, and while you're at it, cut out those things that are not part of your plan. So think about where you want to go and look and see what might be blocking it or what might not be helping your cause. And think about new things that you can do, new socializing, new learning. Maybe it's a class so you can actually realistically and logically achieve your 11th house goals. So it's going to be very good for you, Aries. It's going to be very, very airy. I would say just don't think too much and trust your gut. And happy new moon. So Taurus, this new moon for you is hitting your 10th house. So it's really all about your status. So you want to set career goals. What do you want to be known for? And you want to embrace new opportunities for professional growth. So you get to really think about the legacy you're leaving behind, what you want to be known for, how the world sees you. How do you want to be perceived by the world at large? Now, you're really lucky this new moon when it comes to money. So you have luck in financial growth. You might want to focus on developing new income streams, reevaluating your values, and expressing your talent. So the second house is really important. It has to do with your values, and that's what happiness is, right? Value fulfillment. Now, Taurus, you've had Uranus in your sign for quite some time now. So you might want to check in with yourself. Is career still your top tier value? Are your children still your top tier value? Maybe you're an empty nester at this point. So you want to see where you stand in terms of what you want to manifest in your life. What are your new up-to-date priorities? And you really want to check in with yourself, because sometimes we get so committed to certain values that we just go through the motions, right? Because an object in motion likes to stay in motion. And with Uranus having been in your sign, Taurus, it's important for you to really check in and determine what is most important to you at this juncture. And you also might want to explore your talents and your gifts. In fact, the more you can express your voice, your throat chakra, well, theoretically, the more money you'll make and the higher status you'll have. Now, your card that we pulled for you is 3 of Wands. Now, this is about established strength. You have established strength in some area of your life, most likely professionally. Now, having established that strength, what is your next move? Do you want to go to the next level? Do you want to move into a new career entirely with a whole bunch of transferable skills? The 3 of Wands is also about taking the lead. Be a leader. And that is also echoed by your 10th house transit. You need to be a leader at this point in your life. So create a personal vision for yourself and create your plan, right? Make a plan, see how you want things to be, and invest in it. Because I feel like with your second house Jupiter, whatever you invest in is going to come back to you threefold. So keep that in mind. And 3 of Wands is just really nice. So be a leader. You're going to have help in making your dreams come true. That's another meaning of the 3 of Wands. And happy new moon. Hello, sunflowers. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. So Gemini, I hope you're doing well, Gemini. Well, this new moon is hitting your 9th house. So it's all about taking a leap of faith, going beyond your stretch. Start expanding your horizons, right? With higher learning or travel plans and really long distance journeys. Now, long distance journeys, typically we look at that as foreign travel, but a long distance journey might be really publishing, because publishing can take a very long time, especially if you want to publish a series of books or bunch of movies. Maybe you want to write a whole bunch of movies, stuff like that. The 9th house is all about going beyond your stretch, taking a leap of faith, learning more, and really understanding more of the world. Letting the world share more of itself with you, and you sharing more of yourself with the world. So how can you expand your mind? How can you go beyond what you know? Now, luckily for you, this full new moon is particularly harmonious for you, Gemini, because Jupiter is in your sign. So that makes you the celestial favorite. You're very, very lucky. And I would say you really want to let yourself shine. Like, you are the luck factor this new moon. Your personality and how you present yourself is going to really help you open new doors. So think about, with your 9th house, maybe you're moving into entrepreneurship. Maybe you're thinking about going back to school. Maybe you're thinking about publishing or broadcasting, but you're going beyond your stretch, and all you need to do is make sure that you're showing up and letting yourself shine. And what a perfect card we pulled for you. We pulled for you the star card. So be the star. This is about your talent being recognized by others, by you standing out. So if you have any fears about, getting too much attention, like, oh, don't look at me, try to get out of your own way, just because this Jupiter in the 1st house is really all about you being big. And it actually is probably going to be more challenging for you to play small than to allow your light to shine. So the star card is really great. You have a lot of hope for the future. There's going to be unexpected help, pleasant surprises, and you might meet somebody famous, or you might become somebody famous. In any case, you're certain to shine this new moon. And happy new moon, Gemini. So Cancer, this new moon is hitting your 8th house. So it's a little bit tricky for you, Cancer. The 8th house transit is all about letting go. What are you going to let go of? What's going to be leaving your life? Because you need to mourn endings in order to have that new beginning that's really good for you. So there might be some kind of letting go. I would suggest you enjoy water, like spend some time in water. Maybe it's a long bath, or maybe you swim, or longer showers. And really, you want to connect with other people and share your resources. Share your resources with them. Let them share their resources with you. How can you deepen your emotional connections? How can you heal, right? The 8th house, really, at the end of the day, it's all about boundaries, those that you dissolve and those that you set. So the rule of thumb is, if something makes you feel good, well, lean in and love more and be vulnerable. But if something makes you feel bad, well, you have to erect a boundary and you got to protect yourself. So this could be very transformative for you. But I do think that for you, Cancer, a lot of the work that you do, it's going to be really on the internal plane, just because these are highly emotional houses. Your luck factor is in the 12th house. Okay, so that means that you're going to be really lucky if you stay out of the way, if you stay behind the scenes. You're going to be lucky by really understanding your psyche better. So you might want to get some extra sleep, because with Jupiter in your 12th house, you might get dreams that help you solve your problems. You might get insight through the psychic impressions that you get, or when you're dreaming. I would also say, the extra sleep that you get is going to help you to process changes, because this is a lot. This is a very, very heavy energy for you, Cancer. So yeah, it's lucky, but the luck for you might be getting your conscious mind and your subconscious mind to go in the same direction. Because with an 8th house transit, chances are something needs to die in order for you to get aligned with your goals. Something might be sabotaging you, and that's further emphasized really with the 12th house transit. It's also a good time for you, Cancer, to really enjoy affirmations, vision boards, visualizations. Certainly don't give yourself the luxury of a negative thought. If you're really in a terrible mood, try to get yourself into neutral and then go from there. And the card that we pulled for you, Cancer, is the Fool. So this is brand new experiences craved and obtained. According to this card, you'll never do anything the same way ever again. So take a leap of faith, start a new journey, allow yourself to be nothing, allow yourself to be everything. Like, don't feel like you have to conform to societal pressures or what your friends and your family think you ought to be. Allow yourself to go through a new course. And if people don't like it, well, you got that 8th house transit, so maybe they don't belong in your life anymore anyhow. So happy new moon, Cancer. So Leo, your new moon will be in your 7th house, of course, because the sign of Aquarius is in your house of partnerships. So if you want a new Relationship, this is the new moon for you. You can begin new partnerships under this lunation or ventures, and you can infuse them with very inventive ideas. Maybe you're going to start a new journey with a new partner, and that could be real romantic. That could be a new best friend, or maybe you enhance your relationship that you're currently in, or you enhance your relationship with your best friend. Or maybe you need a business partner, right? Maybe you need a new partner in your life. Maybe you need a wingman, right? Or maybe you need the perfect secretary. But think about your long-term partnerships and what partnerships might really serve you. Because I would say that because this new moon is so beautifully lucky, I would partner up as much as possible, Leo, during this lunation from the 29th of Jan to the 12th of February, because, you know, the luck for you is in your partnership house. So don't go it alone. Your luck factor, in fact, is in the 11th house. So it's all about your groups, right? Your friends, your social networks. So definitely get out there, rub elbows with people, kiss babies. Be sure to have a lot of fun. And ideally, you're going to align with groups that share your values. Because if you have a whole group of people that are all focused on the same objective, it's like a mastermind. Like you have a lot of energy going that same direction. So don't be a hermit. Sometimes Leos are actually hermits, even more so than Virgo. And Virgo is the hermit in the tarot. But this Leo is ruled by the sun, and there's no real comparison, right? The sun is sort of there and doesn't really have other people that are like it. So Leos can be somewhat hermit-like. So even though that might be the case, get out there, meet people. Now, the card you get is the Emperor. So in relationships, in light of your 7th house transit, the Emperor is the person in the relationship that keeps shit on track, right? Like it protects it from outside interference. It makes sure that you are seeing each other on a regular basis, right? Especially in terms of we get busy with our work. Well, before you know it, you might not see your boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife for like weeks. Because you're so busy with work and other things. But with the Emperor, that's the energy that keeps the relationship on track. So, Leo, with the Emperor, I would say be assertive. And if you're looking to get in a new relationship, well, make the first move. If you are in a relationship, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on your perspective, the onus is going to be on you to keep it on track, according to this card. So allow yourself to be rational, logical, keep things on track, and protect your interest. And I would say also protect your partnerships. Make sure you're keeping everything in line so that you two are happily ever after, be it a friendship or a relationship, etc. And happy new moon, Leo. So Virgo, the new moon for you is hitting your 6th house. This is a familiar house for you because, well, the 6th house is aligned with your sign. It's all about the nuts and bolts of your daily operations. It's about your health. It's about your work, your processes, your systems, and you're really good at that, Virgo. And this new moon is going to give you a fresh start. New health habits or work goals are going to be really good for you to implement this new moon. In fact, if you're looking for a new job, if you're looking for a new exercise regime, the only caveat with a new exercise regime, Mars is retrograde. So I would rather you go back to something that you started before, i.e. if you have a history of having done Pilates, go back to Pilates. Don't start yoga, right? Go back. And then after February 4th, when that's Jupiter, February 23rd, when Mars is direct, well, then you can start something new. Your luck factor is in your career. So you are really shining. So I would say if there's anything that you can do to really stand out professionally, this could be applying to really great jobs that you might think are beyond your stretch. This could be doing whatever you can for more exposure. Maybe it's like interviews, right? It could be jumping into a new career. It could be applying for awards. I would definitely do that if that makes sense for you. Just because with Jupiter in your 10th, you're going to be very, very, very lucky professionally. In fact, with a new moon in your 6th and Jupiter in your 10th, this could be a new career trajectory. The card we chose for you is the Lovers. So the Lovers is all about choices. You're going to have to make choices, and essentially you're closing an air cycle. So there's certain things that you're ending that you have been doing for a while, places that you've been going, people you've been communicating with, and now, well, now you're on a new path. It might be a new bunch of habits that you're going to be implementing, right? Maybe you're going to really work that Jupiter in the 10th and you're going to spend a lot more time building your side hustle or building your business or moving forward in that career that you want to move into. But with the Lovers card, it's a matter of, you got to remember, everything starts with a choice. Excellence starts with a choice. And you also get to choose your attitude, right? Attitude is a small thing that makes a big difference. So make sure that you're talking to yourself very nicely and doing what you can to make sure that your inner dialogue is empowering you, not disempowering you. And definitely start new things and do new things and stop doing things that are a waste of time. And happy new moon. And so Libra, you have this new moon in your 5th house, which is super fun. You and Aquarius tend to get along beautifully. So creative endeavors and romantic ventures can be renewed this new moon and expanded. You might actually decide that you want to create a new romance. Maybe you want to find a new lover this new moon. Maybe you want to start a new creative project. Maybe you're going to infuse fun and joy and laughter into everything you do. And I would suggest you do that, because the more you laugh, the easier it is for you to manifest, because that happiness energy is what you'll be when you get your goal. So if you want a shortcut to manifestation, it's happiness. And it's not always easy, right? Because life can be sometimes challenging. But if you can look on the bright side of life and not ever give up a moment or a chance to laugh or to dance or to play or have fun, you're going to be on the right track and you're going to make the best use of this lunation. Now, your luck factor is in the 9th house. So you might meet somebody, maybe a romantic partner, on a foreign trip to a foreign land, or maybe at school, if you're in school, or however you're expanding your mind, right? You might meet somebody. Otherwise, there also may be opportunities for you to grow through travel, higher learning, new philosophies. So the 9th house has to do with a leap of faith. So you're going to be very lucky if you go out on a limb, go beyond your stretch this new moon. And it might be a matter, too, of you can meet somebody on a foreign trip. You might meet a foreigner. A foreign person might be actually really good for you. So definitely tap into those energies, but it could be very, very fun for you. And how appropriate, the card that you chose for this, or we chose for you for this, was the Lovers. So it's about love. It's about integration. It's about choice. You're closing an air cycle. So there might be some things that you no longer want to do. And there might be new things that you're going to do to implement this new moon. And I would just make sure that fun is your watchword, that you're laughing, that you're playing, that you're dancing, that you're looking on the bright side of life, that you're keeping your heart light. Keep your heart light, and you're going to attract more lovers. And I also would say with the Lovers card, are you thinking in the right way? Are you thinking in a way that is going to attract that great person to you, right? Are you thinking in a way that, of course, he's going to like me? Of course, I'm going to be loved, right? You got to make sure that you're thinking positively in terms of yourself, especially in terms of relationships. And I also would say with the Lovers card, remember, we're always dialoguing with people, even if they can't hear us, right? Like, although we're not aware of the conversations that we're having with everybody else, on some level we are. So you can't, shit talk somebody and completely get away with it. They might not call you on it, but it will hurt the relationship. Contrastingly, if you're interested in somebody, start a conversation now. You don't have to talk to them. They don't need to be in front of you, but start talking to them. Talk to them in your head. Hear what you want them to say to you, right? So it's a very intellectual, airy new moon for you, Libra. I would have fun with it and make sure you're having those conversations in your head that are really empowering. What is the new person saying to you, right? And happy new moon. So Scorpio, this new moon is important for you. because it's angular, meaning it's on the 4th house. The other angles are the 1st house, the 7th house, and the 10th. So it's like pinball. When you hit one angle, sometimes the other angles are hit. So this could be affecting you in terms of your personality. It could be your partnerships, and it could be your career. But really, it's pinpointing your home and family area, or your area of your chart that is about your emotional security. So this is the new moon for you, Scorpio, to determine what is going to make you feel nourished, nurtured, and completely loved. What is going to make you feel aligned with the divine mother? Of course, your family can actually help you with this, right? And you want to nurture those supportive connections that you have and really determine what is going to bring you to that next level of emotional security. What's going to make you feel really yummy inside? What do you need emotionally to feel as perfect as possible? Sometimes we try to be perfect, and that is a fool's errand, right? But we can aim to feel as perfect as possible. And this is the transit for you, Scorpio, to determine what's going to make you feel as perfect as possible and what you need to do in order to get that sense of emotional security, that deeper sense of emotional security. So you're lucky when it comes to the 8th house. So it's sharing what you have with other people, letting them share with you, right? Transformation is very, very good for you. So if there's anything that you need to let go of this new moon, it's actually going to be really advantageous. You're going to be lucky when you set a boundary, or you're going to be lucky when you dissolve a boundary. This is a really great transit for sex. Intimacy could be really, really good with Jupiter in your 8th. And whether you're connecting with people emotionally, or you're having not just emotional intimacy, but sexual intimacy, it should be very, very empowering for you. And you're going to be able to embrace those deeper connections that are going to make you feel well cared for. Now, the card we pulled for you, Scorpio, is Strength. So in this card, the woman is gently prying open or closed the lion's mouth. But she's not doing this with brute force. She's doing this with gentle strength. From her strength comes forth sweetness. So you have to be sure to understand your psyche and how you might be trepidatious. Scorpios, by their very nature, are usually on survival mode. Usually they're waiting for an attack that does not come. And that is because they've gone through more intensity than the rest of us. So when you're going through changes, when you're allowing yourself to open up, you've got to be gentle with yourself, and you got to guide yourself to that harmonious place. And you got to understand your own issues and say, okay, it might be tough for you to open up. I know you have trust issues, but God forbid if you are betrayed, you'll be able to heal, right? I mean, I think that's the thing when we're talking about love and intimacy. It's like, it's sort of like baseball, right? You play baseball and you might get hurt, but that doesn't keep you from playing baseball. So, you're going to get hurt when it comes to love. I mean, that's just realistic, right? So you want to make sure that you're being strong with yourself and you're nurturing yourself, so you know that you have the strength to withstand the storm and to allow yourself to venture into new areas of vulnerability, because the vulnerability might be tough, but with the Strength card, you have the strength to weather the storm. You have the strength to guide yourself to where you need to go. So happy new moon. What's that, Haley? Yes, Scorpio. I forgot you're Scorpio, Haley. Yes, it's going to be really good for you sunflowers. I'm sure of it. I think this is going to be a great new moon. That's for sure. And happy new moon, Scorpio. So Sagittarius, this one is going to be in your 3rd house. Communications are going to be key for you. So start new projects that involve learning or social engagement. You might want to start a new class, a new writing project. And I wrote here, as luck would have it, because, writing is going to be big for you, right? And you're very, very lucky. So you're going to be lucky with your communications. Go to different places, do different things, have fun. You're lucky when it comes to your partners. Your luck factor is in the 7th house, so relationships are a source of luck. You might want to collaborate with somebody else in your writing projects or your new ventures, maybe you're going to take a class and you can join with somebody, or maybe you might take a class and you might meet a partner, be it a friend or something romantic, but definitely collaborate with other people. This is a very social transit for you, so do whatever you can to get yourself out there and definitely communicate in new ways, particularly with yourself. Make sure your self-talk is really positive. Now, you get the Magician card, which is perfect, right? The Magician is aligned with the energy of Mercury, which is ruled by Gemini and Virgo. And Mercury had been in Sagittarius during its retrograde phase in 2024. So you're probably a better communicator now, having had Mercury in your sign. So with the Magician card, this is green light. This is your moment. Go, 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 go. Do not waste too much time, because this is a beautiful lunation. And I mean, I haven't, to be honest with you, looked at the other lunations for the rest of 2025, but just because I'm a realist, I doubt they're going to be as positive. So if you have projects in your head that you have been wanting to implement, this is your moment. This is your sign. Do it. Do not dilly-dally any longer. You will likely not have another transit this awesome again for a while. You may. Like I said, I haven't looked at all the charts, but I don't think this could be any better for you, particularly if you're interested in anything involving writing or communications, or even partnerships. So happy new moon. Capricorn, or should I say money bags, this new moon is hitting your second house of finances. So you're going to want to focus on building your financial stability, maybe new income streams. Your financial plans are certainly favored. Really, really nice. So you might want to think of maybe getting a new job, maybe asking for a raise, maybe creating a new business, venturing into entrepreneurship, or maybe a side hustle. Maybe this is making decisions that are going to help you achieve long-term wealth. Think about the big picture and the long-term future, right? Now, your luck factor is actually in work, right? Or your daily routine with Jupiter in your sixth house. So if you're looking to get more healthy, you might come across, say the perfect trainer, right? Or you might find that your schedule is so perfect for this exercise class you want to take, or maybe you can get a new job, right? With Jupiter in your sixth, work is really, really lucky for you. And it's the second house. This could be a new job that brings you a lot more money, right? Or it's more you in terms of your self-expression, your talents, etc. So there's luck in your health. There's luck in your routine. Take steps to improve your daily habits for long-term growth. The card we pulled for you is Two of Pentacles. So this is about harmonious change. So when we're talking about money, this is about, money coming in. It's nice. It's not windfalls necessarily, but that doesn't mean you couldn't manifest those. I would say with Two of Pentacles, it's just harmonious change. And it also is doing two or more things, right? This is about duality. It's about the law of opposites. Maybe you have this one job and it's very technical, but then you have this other job that's highly creative, right? But you want to balance opposites. So I would suggest with this card that you look at balancing things. Like this is about, doing another job, or seeing how a hobby that you really love could bring you in extra dollars. And there's harmony. I would also say whistle while you work. Even if you're implementing new things into your routine, maybe that's the Two of Pentacles for you. And you're going to start exercising in addition to working, in addition to whatever else that brings you joy. But balance things and allow yourself to have fun. Keep light. Remember, this guy is the juggler. He's juggling, right? And you got to be light and quick on your feet and be sure to have fun. Oh, thank you. Can betrayal apply to coworkers? Oh, absolutely. For sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anybody who's been in corporate before can attest to that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But what can you do, right? What can you do? I would say that, that's why it's really important to make sure that you Mirandarize yourself whenever you're talking at work, meaning realize that anything you say can and will be used against you. But, I would say that, Casimar, your status is so strong that let them try. I feel like, some people, they're just, nobody's going to believe it, right? If somebody says something bad about you, just, don't worry about things that you can't control. Just try to be a good person, send love to everybody that you're working with. I think that's really important. Just make sure that you're sending all of that love energy. And then if you're sending love energy, no weapon can prosper against you. So don't worry about the betrayal. Although I'm sure it might hurt. If that's the case, I'm sorry. So, yeah, you enjoy that, Capricorn. Whistle while you work and have fun. So, Aquarius, you are the man or woman of the hour with the new moon in your sign. Holy Toledo, Batman, you got Pluto newly in your sign, so you're transforming all over the place. So it's a first house transit for you. Set intentions this new moon to transform your personal identity. Who do you want to be? If you asked Nietzsche, he'd say who you want to be is actually who you are. So remember, we're always making the decision about who we are. We're constantly making that decision. It might seem like we're being consistent, and maybe we are being consistent, but we're constantly making that decision of who we are, who we want to be. So let that notion empower you, because you can decide that you want to be this type of person or you want to be that type of person, right? Think about your future. What are you most passionate about? What is going to make your life, what is going to make every single day a great love affair? How can you be in love with your life? And what kind of personality do you have to have in order to do that, right? Because your personality creates your personal reality. So if you want a new personal reality, think about what personality you need to project. Now, you're lucky this new moon when it comes to fun. Anything that lights you up and brings you lots of joy. This could be romance, creativity, self-expression. Fun and creative projects will help you attract new opportunities. And it could be a way for you to really inform your new persona. Maybe you're going to start projecting a personality as an artist or somebody who's in love or a diehard romantic or a painter, a dancer, a fiction writer, whatever you want, right? But you have a new beginning in terms of your personality, and it's going to involve a lot of fun. In fact, I would definitely make sure that you're doing things that bring you joy, because that's where you're going to be most lucky and most empowered. Now, the card we pulled for you is Six of Swords. So in this card, you got a ferryman who is ushering or sailing away with his child and his wife. And this would be analogous to the body, mind, and spirit, or body, mind, and soul. And if you notice, he's moving away from rough waters into smoother seas, right? So this is about transition. And with Pluto in your sign, it makes sense that you're going through a transition. It makes sense because it's your solar return. Whole new energy for you this new year. Because every birthday we have new themes. So Six of Swords suggests that you're constantly moving away from danger. And if you could remind yourself that, oh, I'm constantly moving away from danger, well, you're going to be invulnerable to attack. And you're going to be able to get to where you want to go with more ease. So enjoy the journey. Know that you're going through a transition. You might not have everything figured out, but at least you're moving in that direction. And just like you wouldn't put your windshield of your car on the floor of your car, look to where you're going. Don't look behind you. Don't look to the ground. Look to where you want to go. It's just like physically, where the head goes, the body will follow. And happy new moon. Oh, you're so welcome, Casimar. Oh, thank you, Psychic Dashton, the Vampire Slayer. Nice to see you here. Hello. Thank you so much, Carlin. I love that. That made my night. Thank you, Carlin. So, Pisces, my fishies. So the new moon will be in the 12th house for you. Tap into your spiritual side. So honestly, Pisces, you're going to need to take a beat. You got your birthday coming up. So allow yourself to chill out. You know, you got a 12th house transit. We win in the 12th house transit by sleeping more, getting rest, chilling out, right? How can you relax? Tap into your spiritual side. This is a great time for inner work and releasing the past. What is love flows, what is not goes. And you want to get as much sleep as possible, because when your birthday comes up, which is right around the corner, you want to be able to jump out of a cake. And how are you going to jump out of a cake unless you're well rested? So you want to utilize this new moon to process everything that's gone on over the past year and do whatever it is that you can to let go, because you're closing a cycle. You're closing a cycle before your solar return, your next birthday, and you might be very sensitive. So I would suggest you do things a little bit behind the scenes this lunation. Can you just relax a little bit, get some extra sleep? Now, your luck factor is in the 4th house. So your family is going to be very supportive to you, or it might be a matter of you're going to be able to create more emotional security this new moon. You're going to be able to feel really taken care of. You're going to be able to better align with the divine mother. So there's lots of luck in your home and in your family, and create emotional security. What is it that you can do to make you feel really loved, really cared for, really nurtured, really yummy on the inside? Because if you can do that, if you can work with that 4th house Jupiter, you're going to be able to do a lot this next solar return for you, your next birthday year. So definitely work with that Jupiter. Find out how you need to be nourished, cared for. What do you need that's going to soothe your soul? How can you feel really yummy on the inside? And Justice is your card. So this is all about balance. You got to make a decision. Where are you going, right? And with the Justice card, you got to determine where have things been out of whack. And the good news is Justice is also the satisfied woman. So if you can lock into your head an image of yourself being satisfied, that's what I would do. I would really utilize this new moon to get in your head, your ideal scenario and be satisfied. And that's going to create more satisfaction. Okay. So Justice is all about balancing things and making sure that you're feeling satisfied and allowing yourself to balance where necessary, make wrongs right, etc. And there we have it, folks. We did it. We went through all 12 signs of the zodiac. And if anybody has any questions, you let me know. You can put them in the comments. What is this? Pisces cusp, Aquarius moon. Ooh, well, happy birthday. Oh, well, not really your birthday, is it? Well, it will be next month. In any case, thank you all so much for joining me tonight. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. And of course, if there's anything I can do for you, you have my website in the description below. Check out all of my free resources, including your written horoscopes for this lunation and my Substack, which is also free. And I'll see you tomorrow for This Week Astrology at 1 p.m. Eastern. Take care, everybody. See you later. Bye-bye.